Let's bring in Mick Aussie right now. We got the World Series rolling. We're off and running. Mick Aussie, Denver Bronco fan. The Elks are done. Look, now he's got his Denver gear on. What's up, Mick? How you doing?
Good, mate. But this is the Von Miller jersey, and he's now with you boys, and I think he's going to really get after Aaron Rodgers. Team's coming off the bye, I do like. So looking forward to Aaron Rodgers complaining and sulking on the sidelines against your Bills, mate.
Wow. Wow. So, can I tell a quick story before you ask a question? So my uncle is in a home. He's rehabbing, and I don't know if he's ever going to get out, but he watches the show. So I went to visit him this week. Can't really walk. He says he watches the show every day. He goes, "Who's the guy that comes on Fridays with the crazy hat and the funny accent?" I said, "That's Mick Aussie." He said, "I love that guy. I don't know what he's saying half the time, and I don't know what you guys are talking about with that Australia rules football, but I got to tell you, he makes me laugh, and I love his hat." So, Mick, I just wanted to tell you from my Uncle V, who's sitting there watching us while he's watching the games and enjoying the in-game stuff because he used to bet a lot and do all this stuff. He said, "Tell that guy with that hat that comes on Fridays that I love his hat and when he comes on the segment." There you go.
Well, that's awesome. Thanks for that. And I'm glad he enjoys my picks and comedy. Sure, sports comedy. We like to have a good laugh, and I try and be a bit different. Got the little footballs on the hat now, so used to have the corks, but yeah, it's pretty famous, his hat.
Mick's ego is big enough, Dave. Don't feed it. It's like going to a zoo. It's like going to a zoo. Don't feed the lion, man. Like you're.
I'm sorry, Gabe.
It's all good. It's all good. Mick's already. Yeah, I am great. I know. I appreciate it.
Knock the football right off the string. Look at that.
No, great stuff. Actually, you know what? Before we get into the NFL, the CFL season is not done yet. We're into the final week. God, the CFL season is too long, man. I love it, but it's just too long. And the NFL is like going to go down this path too, so we'll get ready for it. But we're into the final week of regular season play. The BC Lions and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers tonight. This game's starting in a couple of minutes, actually. Nate Rourke is back for the BC Lions, except it's a meaningless game, Mick. BC are hosting Calgary next week in the playoffs. I'm going to go to the game, and it's going to be sick, Dave. Playoff game, baby. And BC hosts Calgary next week, and we know Winnipeg's got the bye already, Mick. So what are you doing with the CFL? What do you think of the CFL card this week?
Yeah, really tough, mate. Really looking forward to this Nathan Rourke coming back. He was a star at the Ohio Bobcats, and he won a Potato Bowl. He won 3 bowls, so he's from out your way on the island, Victoria there. He's not going to run too much because he did his foot in quite a few weeks ago, but he's going to stand in the pocket and throw well, but not run too much. Getting ready next week for those ABCs, anyone but Calgary. But yeah, it's a tough week because you don't know how many players are being rested. So in that way, very tough to pick a winner. But
vanilla. They're playing a home playoff game against another team. No. No, but they have their quarterback. Their star quarterback's been out for 2 months. He's back tonight. They're not going to get him killed. They just want to get him some reps, run the ball. The game means nothing, Dave. They're already selling tickets to the home playoff game. Like, it means nothing tonight. The matchup is already set for them. I don't think there's going to be points. I don't think either team, unless the third strings come in and the coach just say, whatever, knock yourself out, guys, and they start going crazy. But I don't think so. I could see being more like, let's just get this game over with.
Would this be the first? This would be a semifinal game in the playoffs if these two teams meet?
Yeah, exactly. So if BC beats Calgary next week, they got to go to Winnipeg.
Oh, they're not showing.
So it is sort of a potential. Yeah, exactly.
This is a dead under. This is
and they don't want to get their star quarterback hurt. Like Winnipeg's not even playing their quarterback, Mick. Remember, they've sat Caleros down. They're like, we're not getting our guy hurt. It's vanilla central, Dave. I'm telling you.
I got to check that right now.
It opened at 50. It's down to 48.5 because some people aren't stupid and they got in on this.
Right. Yeah. Let's see what that is right now.
Let's get in on this now. Okay, Mick. Broncos, Jags. Who you got?
Well, I'm a bit worried. I'm I'm worried about Steffi Graf Trev. I think he's going to get very angry because, as you know, she won 7 Wimbledon titles, and she's going to be upset at everyone coming up.
Oh, give me the pick.
No editorial jokes. Who do you like in the game?
How can I have any confidence in the Broncos? I just can't. They've got injuries. They've got Singleton, the ex-Stampeder. He's playing well at linebacker. Browning's out on defensive end. I can't go for the Broncos. I hope I'm wrong. Jags to win, and I'm going to get up early. I hope no Halloween party for me, so up early and watching the Jags and the Broncos from over there in Pommyland, where they'll be eating their crumpets and drinking their tea and their big warm.
Even with Russ coming back, I thought you for sure would be on the Broncos.
How can I have any confidence? The Jets are not that great. They couldn't beat the Jets at home. They're just terrible. And there's rumors the coach might be getting fired, and I hope he does. I really do. I've been so disappointed. Wow. A lot of NFL teams are average this year. A lot of the games are not as good as I hoped. A lot of the games will go under, boring, and I love the NFL. You guys know that, but it's been disappointing. I got to admit that. All the hopes for this year coming in for the Broncos, I've been so upset. I really have.
What else are you looking at, Mick? What are your best bets of the week?
All right. Well, before I go on, I did go 4-1 last week, and I thought I was going to go 5-0, but the Patriots let me down. So I am going to go. Here we go. The Washington Commanders, I think, will win outright. I don't know about those Colts. They're not going too well. And what's wrong with these Washington bosses are crazy, naming them Commanders after that TV show with Gilead. Ridiculous. I like the Bills to absolutely destroy the Packers. Now, if the Bills are smart, they'll go in early and have the Packers absolutely rattled and continue on. Maybe the Packers get a backdoor cover, but you know the Bills have been absolutely destroying teams at home, and with the week off, they got so much time to prepare. I also like the Raiders to win. I think their offense is starting to go quite well. And also, even though the quarterback Tannehill might be out, I'm thinking the Titans will run the ball really well. And even though Henry's got rid of that raccoon, he's got his dreadlock, so he's looking real good. And I like the Patriots to beat the Jets because the coaching's just so good with Billy Belichick. So there's my top 5, sleazy or shining. We'll see how it goes.
Yes, we will. Sleazy or shining. It's an all right way of putting it. I don't disagree. If you look, Dave, it's pretty crazy. The Bills have only played 2 home games this year. It's hard to believe that we're this far. We're going into week 8. The Bills only have played twice at home, and they beat Tennessee 41-7, and they beat Pittsburgh 38-3. Now, have either of these teams been smashed like that since then? No. The next game, Pittsburgh beat Tampa Bay and hung around with Miami, right? And you look at Tennessee, they haven't lost since that game where they got smashed by Buffalo. Buffalo are just that good at home. I think this, even if Green Bay played better, I'd prefer it at 9.5, but I think the Bills win by 14, Dave. 34-24 type thing. 38-24. Oh, no.
Home run. Tucker.
Oh! 1-0 Stros. Tucker. The MVP chase has begun, Dave. For the record, he was 13-1. I was seeing 12 and 13 still.
It was 13. It was 13 here.
Oh, and they follow up the home run with a single.
Oh boy.
I missed it. I was watching a Raptors game. I went over the Raptors.
Oh boy.
Popping all over the place.
Mick, who's going to win a World Series? I know you're a sports fan, and I know you're paying attention to it, but who's going to win this World Series? 30 seconds.
Well, Gabe and I stood outside the Astros Stadium there back at Super Bowl, and I know they're cheaters, but I'm not a fan of Philadelphia, the city, either, so I'll have to stick with Houston, I think.
Me and Mick have been to that baseball stadium. Nice stadium.
Nice. Is there video of that? I need video.
There is some, actually. Yeah. There is, yeah. We'll show you next week. Yeah, there's video. All right, we got a bunch of picks coming up here. It's 1-0 for the Houston Astros right now at the bottom of the second. Dave asked about any video, and I just sort of had a flashback and a great memory. We'll see how quickly the crew can get this up. We'll get the old video of me and Mick from like 20 years ago. Here's the Winnipeg Jets, Dave. So this is the Lego guy. He did the Winnipeg Jet Stadium Arena.
Stormtroopers packing it in. Look at that.
The flags.
He made her
the flags and the banners.
Oh,
Canadiana feel to it.
Right.
See, there's the Jet players. Look how cool the ice looks too in that shot. Like for Lego, like it's really
did a good job.
Yeah, boy, I think he won an award. Like I said, it was one of the best. Like,
he should have.
It's a viral video. I'll set the stage here. So me and Mick, we went to the Super Bowl in Houston, and it was the Janet Jackson game many years ago. Jake Delhomme, Tom Brady. So it was that long ago.
The wardrobe malfunction?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a long
So we
time.
ended up at a bar near the stadium with Rob Dibble. And remember the pitcher, Dave, Rob Dibble.
Of course.
Dibble used to be on the Dan Patrick show, right? It was Dibble and Dan Patrick. And
yeah.
I was on a station that they were on. So I basically went up to Dibble and I said, "Hey man, how you doing?" And I said, "Hey, I'm on an ESPN affiliate." And I started talking and he goes, "Oh yeah, cool. And we hit it off. We started drinking and hang out. And we were pretty lit up though.
Oh,
and it was like halftime. So I said, "All right, let's shoot a little video here with Dibble." And Mick was filming. So we'll roll this in a minute. It's actually a classic moment here, Dave. You're gonna laugh first seeing me, and you're gonna laugh at how this video ends as well. Like we're setting it up.
Now, is this with a camera phone or is this actual like a camera shooting it?
I don't know. It's 2003. I think Mickey had a real camera type thing. I think he had the
maybe
camera.
Right. Oh,
yeah. I had one of the first ever proper digital cameras, so it's still great. Wow, it's lost a bit of quality, but it's digital instead of the high 8.
Right.
Filming everywhere.
Oh, this is too good.
Yeah, Mick was filming everything. It was quite.
How was that week? Did you go for the whole week, boys, or did you just go for the weekend?
It was a train wreck the week, if you were kidding. No, really. Like, a lot of mistakes were made. I
believe it.
Had a good time though. Time. Remember Mick? Well, one night, yeah, we were rocking. Like, no, we had a good time.
Who's that? Who is
Mick
that?
always tells people that I hooked up with Nikki Hilton, and people believe it's true. I'm like, no, it wasn't Nikki Hilton.
Oh, I was going to say, wow, this is legendary. Yeah. Oh, wait, who's that guy?
Okay, look.
What is that?
Roll this. No sound. That's me and Dibble, 2003.
Look at this. Look at Morency. Dibble's sitting there. Yeah.
Yeah, Dibble's like, oh yeah.
Big handshake, bro, hug. I love it. Morency goes in for the
we're pretty wasted here, right? Like, it's like,
yeah. Yeah. Dibble's a big dude.
All right, so I don't even know what I'm talking about here. I'm rambling on about something. Like we were doing a shout out to the troops. It was like, yeah, here's Dibble. He's got a beard handshake. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we were talking. We're like, yeah, shout out to the troops, and like, yeah, and whatever. Like, it was like you said, he's loving it, right? We're laughing it up there.
Yeah,
and how long is it? Like, does it get to? I'm leaning in close. If you guys are wondering, because it's loud as hell. There's like music playing and stuff like that in the room. Like, if you're wondering why am I leaning in so close, that's why we're so close together. It's loud in there.
Yeah. Beads, Morency?
Yeah, I got the Super Bowl beads. Yeah, it's the Super Bowl beads.
The Super Bowl beads, the hat, the hair. You literally look like a rock star. Yeah.
I had the long hair, but I had it covered up under the hat here. So, you know,
okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
So,
and you're just talking and hanging out. That woman keeps coming in behind you. Nothing happening.
Yeah, I know. She's like, what the hell's going on over here? She cuts in front of her shot.
Right.
Here we go.
Then, what happened?
Right, okay, watch. It just so look at Dibble's face.
What happened? Oh. What the?
Mick threw up on us.
He what?
Mick was filming, and look how it abruptly ended. Mick wasn't like vomit. It was more of an upchuck. I think he took a sip of beer and almost to show the end of how it stops in our faces and watch how it ends. It was worth the punchline, Dave, right? Watch. It just stops. Dibble's
walking,
like, what the?
And then Dibble's like, what the? Get that on my shoes.
Look at my face. I'm like,
Gabe was upset.
I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? I'm like, stop the tape. I'm like, dude, I run it one more time. Dibble, first Dibble, his arm sort of goes up like, what the? And then look, he looks, and look at my anger. Look at me, look at it. Like,
you were so mad.
I'm like,
Hey,
I'm looking, I'm like,
I'm done.
look, my head, look at me. That shot there. There's a shot there of me looking at.
Right, wait,
Okay,
right here.
Dibble.
Here it comes.
Two guys.
Freeze it. Look at
My
Morency.
anger.
Dave, but
I come in.
Dave,
We should have
it was
kept it
basic.
rolling, actually. I told you it was good, Dave.
Oh, I can't stop laughing. Go ahead, Mick. What are you going to say?
The saying is, I had a dribble on Dibble. So I dribbled on his feet. There's probably a couple points of Budweiser.
So we can finish. Let me complete this. We got to get to the NASCAR video, but let me complete this. On Monday, Dibble's on the Dan Patrick show. Right? They're together. And Dan Patrick goes, I didn't see you at the game. What the hell happened? You didn't go into the stadium. He goes, I ended up with this crazy radio host from Montreal and some Australian guy, and the Australian guy threw up on me. Then my phone rings. It's my boss from the radio station. He goes, did you throw up on Rob Dibble? He goes, what the hell's wrong with you? I'm like, I didn't throw up on Rob Dibble. I'm like, he created this. Dibble went on ESPN radio the next day and told a story. He goes, we drank like 20 beers with this guy, and his Australian buddy threw up on us, Dan. He's like, what? Like, dude, it's one of the funniest things.
I can't. I'm done.
Yeah, we got to get to the NASCAR video. So see you, Mick.
Please,
thanks, Mick. Yeah, Patino, let's go.
I can't breathe.
Dave is still recovering from that video.
Oh my god!
Like at first it was just funny seeing me, right? But I told you, wait, see how it ends.
That was too good. I can't believe it. Like the look on your face, it looked like it splashed on Dibble's shoes, and I was like,
it did. Mick played it down a little bit. He goes, oh, wasn't that? But no, like he threw up on our feet, bro. Like, look at Dibble. Like he's pissed. Like look at his hand. Like
Dibble
goes up. Like what the?
Right. Dibble, what did he just do, man? Like. You did the look down, you look up, you look down again, and then you're like, stop. That's it.
We should have let it roll. I was actually really mad at the moment. Like I yelled at Mick after. I was like, what the F's wrong with you? I said, this guy's a World Series champion, man. You just threw up on him.
Yeah. And did he really? He went on the show with Dan Patrick, and they talked
the
about
next day. But the thing is, I caused a lot of trouble that week in other ways. Like a lot of trouble, like basically, on the radio. So all he heard was basically that one of the hosts from Montreal threw up on Dibble. So of course the guy just said it was me, right? The boss called me, oh, you an idiot? Yeah, Dibble just told a story about how you threw up on him. He goes, you're an embarrassment to our station. I said to him, I did not throw up on Rob Dibble.
It was the Australian
Nick Aussie threw up on Rob Dibble.
Right under the bus. It was the Australian guy. It wasn't
me.
I can't.
Dave Sherpan. I just told Dave what really happened too that week. I was like, I'm not gonna lie, like
if
I got suspended for the record, Dave. I got suspended. Like when I got back after, like they were like, listen, really? There's like 12 different things that happened. That like, we're not even getting into some. That Dibble stuff was the least of it, but it didn't help. But he went on the show the next day because they were getting reports every day back from Houston. This happened, and he did. You know what I mean? And then Dibble goes on ESPN National with Dan Patrick and goes, those guys from Montreal threw up on me.
Oh, I know I listened to that show every day. That was the year that I had moved to Vegas. And
it was a good show with those two. Yeah,
I listened to that every single morning. So it's hilarious. They talked about you on there, but the story in the break literally did pain in my side because I can only imagine what went on.
It started a brawl. What I did, like I'm just gonna say, like it started a big fight. Roger Clemens was there. I'm not making it up. Like he can't like. Roger Clemens told Mick to go F himself. Word of no lie. I wish Mick was still here. Like Mick hates Roger Clemens with a passion. Next week we'll ask Mick. Just ask Mick. Mick, what do you think of Roger Clemens? Should he be in the Hall of Fame? He's gonna go, that guy told me to go F myself. We were in this bar in Houston, and the owner was friends with Roger Clemens. He just signed with the Astros. And I'm doing a show, and he tells me, he goes, I'm good friends with Roger. He's coming here. He's going to come on your show tonight. I'm like, oh, my God. I got Roger Clemens live? Like, are you kidding me?
Right.
And Clemens comes up. I'm like, Roger. They introduced me. I'm like, Roger. He goes, maybe after. And I knew no, right? Right. And I told Mick after, I said, go see if Roger, before he leaves, will come on. And Roger just looked at Mick and he goes, get the F away from me. Go F yourself.
Yeah.
Roger's not the nicest guy in the world. Are Penn State going to cover tomorrow, Dave?
No.
Oh, I don't think so. Lisi said yes.
Lisi said outright. I don't see it. I told Lisi.
Dubsy and Harrison coming up next.
Great show. Thank you.
Coming up next.
Well, that sure was some laughs, especially when I started talking about Gabe and I standing outside the stadium where the Houston Astros play. So let me recap what happened. We're out there just before the Super Bowl. We go to a bar across the road, and that's where Rob Dibble was. Well, it was my shout to buy beer, so I'm drinking pints of Budweiser, while Gabe is drinking bottles of Budweiser. So Gabe would come up, come on, Mick, you'll buy. All right. So I kind of, I drank a little bit too quick, and it sure was one crazy hell of a week, because we got to Houston on the Sunday night. We gunned it in my Ford Probe GT, me, Gabe, and Sean Starr. On the Friday night, we left Calgary, gunned it to Houston, so we were there for the whole week. I had media pass. Gabe had a media pass, but he lost his. So I had a great time. I'm going to all the international parties and the Super Bowl media parties, media day. Had a great time. On Super Bowl Sunday, it's true, yes, I did drink a bit too much. There was no food in it, but it was definitely a dribble on Dibble. The Cincinnati Reds pitcher in the 1990 World Series, the MLB baseball champs, and they were called the Nasty Boys. He was an incredible, hard pitcher, Rob Dibble. He's also kissed Pamela Anderson, my friend, on one of the TV shows once, and there's a bit of tongue. Good on, lucky him, eh? Anyway, great times, funny stories, so many stories from the week. And the Nicky Hilton story, well, honestly, when Gabe got very friendly with this lady one night, I thought it might have been Nicky Hilton, because Paris Hilton was there early in the week because her dad had just built the new hotel across from the Super Bowl Media Center. And it was rumored that she hooked up with one of the Chicago Bears players. So Gabe left Houston on the Sunday night of Super Bowl to go back to Montreal. Well, I stayed there, and then on the Monday, I went back into the media center, grabbed a few media guides, walked around for the last time, and at the Hilton Hotel, there was Rob Dibble and Dan Patrick doing the very popular Dan Patrick show. So I said to myself, there's that guy yesterday that Gabe interviewed. Like, I didn't really know who he was. I just knew he was a famous baseball player. So I wrote on the back of my business card, sorry about last night, Rob. Great to meet you. It had been a big week. And I handed it to him during the break of his Dan Patrick show where he was co-host. So then that's when he ran out on air and told the story about me and Gabe from the Super Bowl day the day before. And the guys on Team 990 listening in Montreal heard it, and actually they loved it. So even though it was a bit of a muck-up, hey, as long as they're talking about you, all good, right? We've told that story many a times. Stay tuned to next week when I tell the truth about the Roger Clemens story where I met him in that bar and talked to him. Roger the Sports Rage Dodger Clemens. Well, as Gabe said, there was no Elks playing this week. They're on a bye, the last game of the year, and as you'll see here, my great new jersey that Richard Bagan of Go Elks presented me last week. So I hope you can check out my 9 Go Elks Pick 6 shows get to them via mickaussie.tv/CFL. One of the biggest highlights of Super Bowl in Houston was at the Media Day, the Patriots Media Day, where I saw Warren Moon there. So I knew all about his history as a Edmonton Eskimo star quarterback. So I went up to him and said, "Hey, Warren, I want to interview you." He goes to his camera guy, "Hey, come here. We're going to interview this Aussie guy." So Warren Moon starts interviewing me. And then halfway through the interview, I start asking him questions. It was fantastic and one of my best highlights I've ever done in all the media work, especially now I'm living here in Eskimos, now Elks land. Well, some new addition to the MickAussie.tv wall. Here we go. We have the sticker, a yank on the footy. Craig Wessel's down there in America, in Ohio. He does a great twice-a-week AFL and other Aussie Rules football podcasts. I've joined him for about the last 12 rounds of the AFL 2022 season. So I hope you can check out the podcasts that I've been on in the past and his future podcasts. Also, we have up there Clam Chowder. Well, Clam Chowder, the famous talking Montreal mascot, he's been to 2 CFL Grey Cups out west in Edmonton and Calgary, so check out those shows, and I'll hopefully see some of you at the Spirit of Edmonton on Grey Cup Thursday night. I'll be there in Regina, Saskatchewan, the home of the Watermelon Heads. Also, big news today, Tom Brady has confirmed him and Giselle, the famous supermodel, are getting divorced. We know the story. He missed training camp early in the year. He retired, and there was rumours that she wasn't happy. There is the painting that Kendra Hale, the Canadian, now in Melbourne, Essendon Bomber player, did for me of the first interview he did after his first ever Super Bowl win. This was at Pro Bowl. He rolled up to the practice. He goes, "Oh yeah, I've been flying, playing cards, not much sleep." So other than game day on the Sunday night, that was his first interview after his first Super Bowl win. So you can check that out on mickaussie.tv/NFL. Also, with Grey Cup coming up, my movie, Football Fan Frenzy, about 65% content from the CFL and Grey Cups. I haven't edited the 30 minutes plus from Grey Cups since, maybe the 8th edit, and I'm up to about 14 edits, and hopefully this Grey Cup will be the final edit, and then we can maybe get some money to sell it. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. So check out my movie, send me a message, and I'll send you the password to check it out free online via a password. So there's probably, like I said, 65% of the movie is CFL Grey Cups, and the other 30% would be NFL, and then a bit of other stuff mixed in like snowboarding and stuff. Also, hopefully you can join up on mickaussie.tv, sign up for my newsletter I send out once a week. Look forward to the 109th CFL Grey Cup in Regina, November 20th. The parties start on the 16th or 17th, the Wednesday and Thursday night. A lot of fun. See some of you there.